The world of rap, it's been competitive recently. Kendrick and Drake, Joyner Lucas and Skepta. And if someone challenged you or called you out, or would you give it to them?
It's two different ways I look at it, because it's like what we saw last year. That display was real. It wasn't like manufactured. They really, their situation was just a real situation where it wasn't like, I just don't think they really like each other. For the sport of rap, if someone just called me out, I mean, of course, but at the same time, I don't know if it'd be real or not. I do stuff because I love it, and I care. I would have to care,
right,
for it to be a real thing.
Right.
That's JID, one of the better technical MCs in this game, talking about his willingness, I guess, to get into a back and forth with any other rapper. Now, I love the take that he gave there because he was very candid about where he stands, and it speaks to something that I talked about in my doc that I've been working on. I know it's supposed to have been out. One day I'm just going to drop it randomly out the blue like a diss track, right? And he talks about something where for him, he says, it's got to be real. I know a lot of people talk about hypotheticals and rap as a sport and competition, etc. And while I do think if people want to get into that, feel free. I'm going to cover it. But however, I can understand JID's stance here because I think there's a difference, and this is what I talk about in my doc, between competition, who sells more records, who's better on the records, versus battling, which I think is more face-to-face, me and you. And then there's beef, what I think beef has to have a real issue behind it, in my opinion. They could all lead to the same. They can all lead, to each other, I'm sorry, but you get the point. Now, this is the type of questions that you're going to see people like JID get asked because he's got an album coming out that I'm somewhat excited for. It's coming out on the 8th. God Does Like Ugly. The rollouts have been nice. I see the dollar and the dream stops. JID also talked about he's waiting on a flute verse. What does that mean? Because we're going to be thinking about Andre 3000, brother. So come on, right? Don't tease me. And I don't want a flute verse. I want a 16 from Andre. But anyway, I think this JID stance is very similar to what Cole was thinking. I think Cole just jumped out the gate, so I dinged him for that in my doc. He should have stuck more with his gut on what he thought on Middle Child. If I'm a beef with a rapper, it's going to be legit, which makes sense. They're both on Dreamville. Other than that, also one more thing I want to mention, JID sometimes give me the vibe of like, yeah, he loved this rap shit, but he don't really deal with all theatrics. So he might answer questions on Elon's app over there. Y'all take it the wrong way, or he hates Dreamville. I don't think that's what it is. I think JID is probably just like a real chill, passive guy. It's just that his rapping ability and style makes y'all think he deep stins a lot, if that makes any sense. But anyway, God Does Like Ugly, August 8th. We're going to give that one a full HQ theory breakdown when it drops. And the other part that I didn't clip in that footage I showed y'all is that JID says he'll rather prefer to get on records with people and just see who has the better verse. So I think that's also important. That's his disposition. Just keep that way.